boogie.
Don't we all just want
We
a
all
boogie?
want a boogie.
That microphone is Kevin Bacon and Skylar is the mayor from Footloose.
That's a good one.
No, it's vice versa. It wants to boogie.
I'm kind
Skylar's
of trying to
the
boogie
mayor.
a little bit, I feel like.
Skylar's trying to boogie, but not in the same way.
That feels a little disrespectful, I'm going to be honest. Starting the
Well-
podcast off with the...
I feel like what you
Would
told
be-
me I should have said is what I just said.
No, you said it backwards. I'm sure you said it backwards.
Probably. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is there any... Where was that water sitting?
All right.
We're all enjoying water
All right.
midway
All
through
right.
this
Yeah,
shit?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the water from no return.
Yeah, we got to take a water break during the middle of the intro. Well, this is the intro now.
It's the
This
water
is
from whence I came.
This is the second podcast.
This is the second
This
podcast.
the second.
These are the Sugar Pill Boys, and this is the second podcast.
This is us in our natural habitat.
I'm Hunter, Jay is Jay, and Skylar is Skylar, and we're all here.
gang.
I'm glad you guys could make it tonight. I thought I was gonna have to record this by myself.
Yeah, I was thinking
But
about
I'm
staying
glad
at that
we're-
function.
Bro, Bobby's stem is
junction.
still over there.
Really?
Yeah, rest in peace, Bobby. Bobby was our pet pumpkin. That Skylar.
Well, he was your pet.
He was
pumpkin.
my pet pumpkin, I guess. Skylar threw him on the ground and his stem broke off, and then we had like emergency surgery, and then I ended up throwing him out of the window of
And
our.
I documented his death.
Yeah, I threw him out the window of our third floor apartment complex.
He was talking smack to me. Like I
That
had no other
can't,
choice.
that can't be helped.
I mean,
Sometimes
yeah,
that can't
he can
be
pour
helped.
some respect on my name.
Who can't help
You didn't
talking
have to
smack?
crack his head open.
Who can't help talking smack?
Kanye used to couldn't help talking smack.
I still don't know that he can't.
I still think that he'd be on that wavelength.
He just hasn't in a minute.
He just
Yeah.
talks crap in the name of God now, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
a black
He's allowed
man.
to do that. A black man.
Yeah, he's always kind of like talking a little bit of crap. I feel like
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I feel like any like interview or like conversation he's had, you can really get down deep into it, and you could be like, well, he just threw shade at this person to their face, and they don't even know it.
No, that's
No, he
true.
always does that.
Like,
Like
yeah.
all of his interviews, it's like somebody will state something very normal, kind of like common knowledge, and say some. He's like, but whoever this guy is that I have beef with currently wouldn't like that. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, that's why. Like, why'd you just throw that in? Like,
Tyler the Creator would beef with interviewers to their faces during interviews.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, sometimes you just have to.
yeah, I guess.
Sometimes
I'm trying to
interviewers
get
are
on that
whack.
level.
I mean, I'm here for it. Lou Reed used to do that shit too. Lou Reed would tell interviewers to go fuck themselves all the time. Like,
I want
he didn't
Keemstar
care.
to get on the phone.
what?
with me.
Yeah, what do we think about
Who is Keemstar?
Keemstar?
He's a little gnome that does.
No.
He like talks about YouTube drama. That's his job.
The gnome is a meme. It's a known gnome meme, is what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
And he used to make like kind of, I don't know, questionable content.
Like
I think he's
whenever
cleaned it up a
stuff
little
like
bit
whenever
since
Leafy
I don't
would
know.
bully little kids, he'd get on and be like, "Leafy was caught saying this on live stream about this
Do
little
you remember
kid."
Leafy's Content Cop?
Yeah, it was one of the best videos
I
I've
know.
ever
Oh,
seen.
yeah.
So
Classic.
good.
That's a
I wish
classic.
iDubbbz would still like critique people, but YouTube's gotten to the point to where it's just like there's no reason.
He's on to better things.
Yeah, he's on to better things.
There's too
Like,
many people
The
to
Full
try to
Force
content
documentary. I want him to do another full length documentary. Is
I
there
don't-
an
it
ant
was-
on my wall?
It was beautifully done. Leave that ant the fuck alone.
He's chilling.
No, bro,
It's-
you gotta get rid of those ants.
No.
Definitely.
If there's one ant, he's cooling.
Well, you know he's gonna
No.
call up his cousins.
No.
and they're gonna roll in.
He's stranded as fuck. Leave him alone.
Where's the
Where's
gat at? I'm finna pop
The
it.
gat. Gonna look for the gat.
It's up there. I know where the gat is at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to work for it.
Yeah.
Also, it's a Nerf gun, not a real gun. But
No.
Well,
No.
well,
call it what you call it.
Okay, okay.
Call
It is the
call
gat,
what you
though.
want. It is the gat.
I'm not saying it's not the gat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of just put disrespect on me. We've already fired shots back and forth. You're
You're ruining the mystique, I feel like.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably a little bit, but I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like being on a college campus, I don't think you can. I don't think that flies.
Who said
There
we
was
were
a
on college
shooter on
campus?
campus.
Yeah, and that was like a big deal.
This is community
That-
college.
yeah.
We sleep in the janitor's.
What if we did? We just lived our daily lives and one like.
We're in the boiler room right now.
The boiler room.
We sleep in the janitor's closet, but we record in the boiler room for the acoustics.
This the stew.
Yeah.
This is the stew.
We be laying down bars in here.
Probably
you
sounds
have
like
to
a
boil
boiler.
the stew.
It definitely sounds like a boiler room in here. You already
If
know.
your stew isn't boiling, are you? You didn't get anything done, really.
No.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
The bars
not.
will be subpar. If you're not in the
Yeah,
boiler
oh,
room.
definitely.
If you're not in the boiler
If you
room.
don't boil the bars.
If you're in like the bathroom or something trying, then you think that's the stew? Whack.
Yeah.
Absolutely
For
whack.
sure, for
Boiler room hits.
If you be laying down bars on the toilet, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one type of bar per room, I think.
Yeah. The toilet may be good for ideas, but not bars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna try to bust a freestyle next time I'm on the KN. You know,
Okay.
I think I can.
Can
I
you,
think something
can you leave the door open so I can?
Yeah.
I'll record it. I'll
Yeah,
voice
I was gonna
memo
say voice memo that. Send it
For
to
sure.
us.
I'll just think about it. I'll just
We'll tack it on to the end of the
or just like an insert or something.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Cut.
Just comes in
Cut
with
to
like
that.
a little trap beat and then me rapping on the can. Yeah, that's it.
So I was with Bella last time I went home, and we decided we wanted Chewy, so we went to the mall to dick around while we waited for a table, and we go into Forever 21, where we find a disgusting, like fuzzy jacket that was in collaboration with Flamin' Hot Cheetos and had like flames all down the sides.
It was kind of fresh, honestly. I don't know why you're
It was
upset about
horrid. It was truly, truly terrible. But the reason I bring this up is because what do you think of like Forever 21 and those kind of places doing the fast fashion thing where like things that you buy from there are supposed to be like drippy or fashionable, but they're just like super generic.
That's how H&M is.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of stuff in H&M, but only the, like, dressier side of it.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten a few dress shirts for, like, really cheap, and I've gotten dress pants from H&M. But, yeah, like, all of the other stuff, like their T-shirts and hoodies and stuff, it's supposed to just be drip. And you can't just sell drip.
No.
You have to acquire drip. Like, you have to craft it. Like,
That's part of...
your outfits are
Yeah.
drip. Like, solo pieces of clothes can be drippy, but the culmination is drip.
I agree.
And it's also like, and it's I guess cliche, but like about confidence a little bit. I think.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
you can wear whatever the hell you want, like, and be wacky, and like just pull it off as long as you have like some kind of swagger, or if you don't, like if you're not confident, at least I don't know, just to be like at least I'm not like just doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
But
like-
I'm not just wearing a Thrasher hoodie. Like
But-
I
or,
like
or like
Thrasher
I could shave my eyebrows right now, but if I was like scared about it, it would probably look bad. But if I
You
was
would look
confident
like a
about it,
psycho.
I might look like kind of crazy and
Yeah.
kind of hard.
Exactly.
I might look like I kind of kill people.
No, for sure. But what I told Bella was that it's like, it sucks because those stores are basically them telling you, like, this is fashionable, so wear this. Like, that's what it feels
Yeah.
like. Is them saying, it's not, because other stores
It's-
just sell clothes.
It kind of.
But those stores are like, this is going to make you cool.
I think it's like a
the-
Forever
Culture.
21 is especially like that. H&M is like
They
that
had
to
a
an
toad
extent.
in his throat for a
But
second.
yeah, I almost just threw up.
Um,
But Forever 21, the whole store is like that.
no, absolutely.
It
It just is like the
everything in
cheap.
there.
Or not
And
cheap.
it's
and
all cheap.
It's
No,
just
it
like
is.
it's like the quick and fashionable, quick and easy.
The
like,
shit
like
looks
some,
like it came from Ross.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, it probably did.
It's ending up
definitely
at
did.
Ross.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like I don't know. It is interesting because like in a world where you can wear almost anything and kind of get away with it, like depending on the confidence, I think like
Yeah.
I think it makes it easier for that though, because it's like, well, this is like a little goofy, like a Sprite branded tube top is like a little like kind of whatever,
Yeah.
but it can also be kind of cool. I don't know. It's really in the middle. It depends on the person, I think.
It depends on the person and what they pair it with. Like,
And it might make me pretentious, but I like the idea a lot more of someone finding like a Sprite tube top at like Goodwill or something
Exactly.
and wearing it, even if it's a little dingy, than someone buying a Sprite
Yes.
tank top from like fucking
Like,
Tilly's or
here's the
wherever
thing,
it is,
I
which I actually
ordered-
like Tilly's, so no disrespect on Tilly's. It's good for struggling
I
people.
ordered a Frank Ocean t-shirt on Instagram, and when I was at Music Midtown, I saw 15 to 20 people wearing the exact same Frank Ocean t-shirt.
Yeah.
And people were complimenting my t-shirt, but I felt like it was just like less of a compliment. Like everybody was wearing it. Like I didn't feel
That's
actually
why I like
complimented.
Like thrifted clothes. Like
Yeah.
like I either wear thrifted clothes or things like on
Or like
clearance.
Supreme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, always Supreme all day. Only.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Skylar got the Balenciagas on right now.
Ooh.
No, not even close. I don't even think I would if I could, you know, right?
We'll
Yeah.
insert a picture of Skylar's feet right now for everybody wondering.
Them looking busted.
They are
Busted.
busted.
Whoa, don't talk down.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Whoa, whoa. whoa. But yeah, it just kind of disappoints me sometimes.
You disappoint me sometimes. Definitely.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
so-
Like, I'm the worst in the boy band.
We all the worst in the boy band.
I know.
It feels like it.
We all be
it
going
feels like
through
it
it some
sometimes.
days.
It feels like it sometimes.
Some days we all are at the same time the worst in the boy band.
How could Kevin ever think he was the worst in the boy band?
Mr. Kevin Abstract
Kevin
from Rockhampton.
founded the boy band.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just because you found it doesn't mean you
it doesn't
can't
mean,
still
I
be
mean,
the worst.
Christopher
in it.
Columbus, like. he found America, but was kind of whack.
What boy band was
Allegedly.
Christopher Columbus in?
I don't, you know, like Amerigo Vespucci and the dogs, like
The Spaniards.
Columbus was in a boy band called Amerigo Vespucci
Yeah, well, how
and
does
the
that make
Dogs.
sense?
No, that Amerigo Vespucci was his pal, or maybe not. Probably not.
I don't.
That's probably not true.
What was
I'm not
the-
sure about that, but
What was the
also
band name Will suggested? Hunter and the 4309s or something like that.
yeah.
I was like, okay.
That's like
The
really.
4309s isn't a terrible name.
That's
I
kind
don't
of a
hate
good
that
name.
at all. I think we said that before and kind of glossed over
Yeah,
it. It's
it's
deep.
It's not awful. We're
It's to be
discussing
discussed.
band names at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
We
tough.
don't want suggestions. Don't.
Yeah,
give
please
them
don't
to us.
tell us what we should name.
Not
our
that
band.
you're there to even give suggestions. But
Ooh.
Bella.
Ooh.
Jay's
Our
parents.
This one goes out
No,
to friends
our
and family.
parents. Our
Yeah,
parents.
this one goes out to all the people that kind of fed and housed us and loved us for a while. Don't tell us your opinions. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do we talk about now?
Who got something?
No, the podcast over.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
I don't know. Well, I was.
Ooh.
Oh, you want? No, you don't.
Oh.
We can
No.
do it later, right?
I'm talking about the World Series.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we all need to give our backgrounds like on the sport of baseball. So I've been playing baseball since I was 4 and played it in high school and played it. Yeah, I was a college baseball player. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
no.
I still am.
Yeah, you are. You currently play college.
Yeah,
baseball.
you were on a college baseball team.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I am not on a college baseball team and don't know much about sports.
I played.
Okay, wait, run it back. You know much about sports.
I like
You-
sports.
you know
I
much
like
about
sports, but I don't
sports.
know that much. Like
You know many
When it comes to
sports.
football, I just broke
I-
my clothespin.
I like football a lot, but baseball I know almost nothing about. Like I played baseball for normal like boy like from 4 to 12 or whatever
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you get out
Until
like, a baseball.
kid pitching
yes.
gets like intense, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're like okay.
I did the same. I played baseball as a young boy until I think I got scared and stopped, and then I like baseball more than I like any sports, and I don't like sports.
Yeah, you
But-
see, I played baseball until I got scared, and then I just stayed being scared,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which was the difference.
that's.
I played baseball in a time in my life that I remember approximately 4 things. Like, I have 4 memories.
I still
From
only
age
have 4
3.
memories, and I'm still playing baseball. So.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
some
me too.
correlation, dude. Maybe every year you play baseball, you
You-
lose a bunch of memories and shit.
I would,
You gain
I
one
believe
memory.
that. The amount of times I've been hitting the side of the head with a bat or a ball.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, that's fun.
But I mean, yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't be the
Builds
person I am
character,
today.
right? Isn't that what they
Yeah.
say?
Kids were tougher back then.
Kids were. Oh, okay. You sound
Back
like
in
my
my
dad.
My
day.
dad watched his best friend die playing
Oh
baseball.
my god! Oh my god!
Shit,
We're
drop
talking
that.
about that. Are we going to talk about this right now?
No, I don't want to explain
Okay,
that.
I want to get
don't,
back to
don't,
the.
don't,
Yeah,
no,
the
no,
World
go.
Series.
Anyways,
That's
the
a
World
story for
Series. The
another
World
day.
Series.
That's a true story. That's not a joke. It's half of a joke. It'll get explained later, probably.
Yeah, once we
not.
blow up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that won't happen.
So yeah, just wait on it.
Yeah. So, anyways, the World Series. I was keeping up with the Cardinals. They're my favorite team up until they got beat by the Braves in this postseason, and then I just kind of kept up with the playoffs. And we watched like the championship series a little bit, And then once the World Series came on, I got the boys involved, and we would go sit in the community area, or we would sit in the kitchen of the community college that we stay in because they have a nice TV in there.
Yeah.
And
I miss
we
the
would
World Series.
we would spit sunflower seeds into cups and just yell at the TV because we don't know much about either team, or at least I didn't. I knew a little bit about the Astros.
I knew none of their
I
names.
didn't know
when we
either
started
of those
watching.
teams existed.
I knew like almost the whole roster of the Astros, and I knew some of the Nationals pitchers, but I didn't know much more besides that. And so we would just yell at the TV and get upset. And at the beginning, I was pulling for the Astros. And over the course of the series, I started to lean towards the Nationals a little bit. And I'd say all three of us are Nationals fans now.
Oh, yeah. No.
Coming into it, the three of us didn't like the Nationals at all. But all three of us now like the Nationals.
All the players on there are tight. Like they
No,
all kind of got like
they're
their
all-
own
They're
personality.
bad.
man.
Yeah, they're all bad.
They're
men.
all
Howie
bad men.
Kendrick.
That's
Rendon,
my dog. I like
Strasburg.
I want a Howie Kendrick jersey.
I like
and I
I
know
want a
nothing
Kendrick
about
jersey too.
him.
And I think he's probably about to retire,
Oh.
honestly, because he used to play
That kinda
outfield,
makes me
I think, but now he's just a DH.
He's
Like I think
he's
he's
so
got
scary.
But yes, he had some clutch
He's
hits.
so scary.
He is scary.
I mean, didn't
I want a
he-
Rendon jersey, but he's probably about to leave the Nationals too.
Really? Oh,
I think he's a free agent this year.
Oh dang, that sucks. That sucks.
But
Now the
anyways.
World Series was wild,
It
especially
was
was
so
wild.
good.
when that one pitcher from the Astros. I can't remember his. I think it's like their main pitcher.
The dude who's married to Kate
No,
Upton.
no. That's the
Grinky?
No,
Oh,
not
the-
Grinky. The other dude with like
Yeah.
the kind of the longer
Oh,
hair.
I think.
I forget his name, but he basically this was his last
Grinky
game
was a
with
bad
the
man.
Astros.
Oh, yes.
And he talked shit about the Astros.
Yeah,
like, on
after
live
they
television.
after they lost, he lost it a little bit because he thought he should have started
Yeah.
the game,
Yeah.
and Grinky started instead.
Grinky killed
Grinky
me.
And
was
Grinky
cold.
was cold.
I was kind
up
of rooting
until-
for Grinky a little bit.
Yeah.
When he was
The-
pitching, I was like, "You're throwing crazy
he was
right now."
scared.
The bullpen for the Astros, they shitted the bed.
They shitted.
Yeah.
They were awful, and they decided to put in Garrett Cole. That's his name.
Yeah.
They decided to put him in as a reliever, or like they tried to close the game with him and ended up losing. And then Garrett Cole was like, "Well, I'm not signed to the Astros anymore. I'm a free agent now, so I'm going to talk shit basically."
It was
And-
wild.
And he did.
He
Yeah.
talked mad shit. He was like, "I hope they have a great season,"
Which is
at the
wild,
end. Because
yes.
he wasn't even like. I think like the way I heard it, like they were still gonna maybe discuss like signing him or however that.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know how it works.
Well,
maybe
they
it was
probably
well,
want to
we're
keep
gonna
him
pay him
because
back.
here's the thing that I have told these two fools. I
That's
watched a
fair.
YouTube video discussing how the Astros pitching coach or like something in the organization, like they have some secrets about pitching that like nobody knows. That like the way they sequence their pitches and the way they hit the zone, I don't know, but like
They cheat.
this dude. Well, that's another thing that we'll get on to in a second.
I just made it look like they cheated.
Oh, you all right?
But yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I don't know, like their stats,
Call an ambulance.
their pitchers, like Justin Verlander, his prime was like 6 years ago. Like he is a very very old man. The Astros got him. His stats boosted. Like he came out of a low point in his career and is at like a second peak. Like he's in his second prime. Garrett Cole, prime. And they've picked up pitchers that were not good and turned them into great pitchers. And then I can't remember the name of the pitcher, but one pitcher left the Astros and went to the Rays and started pitching lights out, and it started rubbing off on the pitchers around him. Like, so people are speculating the Astros have a secret to pitching. So if Garrett Cole leaves, then that's not good for the
That's
Astros. That's
crazy.
why they're going to
That's
want to keep
that's
him.
scary. I'm a little like that's like is that magic or something?
Yeah,
Like,
like, what do
They're
they
putting
know?
voodoo on
Like,
the ball.
What do they know?
But and then aside from pitching, they're hitting. They cheating.
They
well,
cheat.
I think they
Which-
have a couple
which-
of secrets.
yeah,
I
they
feel like
know,
the
they
fact that
definitely
you're
do.
If they're cheating for some things, like, is it out of question that they're cheating?
They could be cheating for everything. I
Yeah,
mean,
like,
that's
which
crazy.
I'm just curious
Which
to
is
see
wild.
what the MLB does about this.
sorry, Manda, by the way.
Sorry, Amanda.
Sorry
and,
about
and
it.
your family if you're
Um,
watching.
not
But
really.
not
Go
really.
Nationals.
Yeah, no.
Woo! Ow, 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 ow.
But continue.
Oh, but yeah, so in 2017 it was discovered that, or it might have just recently come out this year that led to the discoveries of them cheating. But in 2017, there's videos of them tipping pitches to where like they have a camera in the outfield or something that is zoomed in on the pitcher's glove, sees the grip on the ball, and then reports it to the dugout, and a man in the dugout would just like bang on a wall with a bat. For like if there was a changeup, he'd hit the wall twice.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And it'd just be like boom, boom. And then the batter would be like, okay, changeup.
That's just crazy.
And it showed. It showed in the postseason.
Well, and there was a video. I don't know the guy's name, but literally the coach came up to like this cold pitcher and was like, "Hey, just wiggle your glove around because they're trying."
Yeah. So in the first inning of
which is crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Crazy.
In the first inning of Game 7, they got 2 runs off Strasburg, who is like one of the coldest pitchers ever. In the league right now. And it was because apparently he was holding his glove flared open and at a certain position to where they could receive his pitches. And after the first inning, his coach came to him and was like, "Wiggle your glove. They're stealing pitches." And that was just after the first inning. Like, hats off to their manager. That's wild.
That's crazy that he could even.
And he was lights out for the rest of the game. I think they only scored those 2 runs off of him in the first. God. But baseball is crazy.
Baseball is crazy. The attention to detail.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Crazy.
People think it's boring.
Like not paid attention to.
People think it's boring and like the viewership has dropped so much of baseball, but I don't know. Like I think it's the most interesting sport.
I do too because I don't like watching sports at all, but I like watching baseball because there are so many nuances and like things that are particular to certain players and everything that you just I don't know. It's a very like attentive sport, and I think that's cool.
We meant to talk about this on the first podcast when it was more relevant to the World Series because that was like a month and a half ago now. But I mean, it's whatever. I'm
definitely gonna watch. I feel like I'm gonna be actively watching the Nationals.
I'm gonna watch the Nationals and the Cardinals next season.
Definitely.
But can we bring baseball back, guys? Can we make baseball great again?
Damn it! I was headed there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you.
I was about to say that.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Baseball,
baseball America's pastime.
Everything like is coming back from the old like I feel like
the olden days.
The olden days. Like back when everybody was around in horse-drawn carriages.
What's that Christmas song? The olden days.
That's an Arctic Monkey song.
It is an Arctic Monkey song. That's on Tranquility Base Hotel in Casino.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
That's hilarious.
Probably Silver Bells. I hate that
Silver
song.
Bell? Oh, that's tough. That's awful.
It's tough. There's just nothing enjoyable about it. Like it sounds like he's croaking on the beat. Like,
on the beat.
Yeah, you ever croak on the beat?
You ever croak?
Not
on
frequently.
The beat
I try my hardest not to, honestly. To not croak on the beat.
I feel like
I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to.
There are Talking Head songs that I would describe as croaking on the beat. I think.
Well, that's what was intended. Yeah.
Yeah, they
wanted to croak on the beat.
This old fuck didn't know what he was doing. he thought he sounded tight, like somebody in the studio.
Well, I mean, how old is that song? Probably.
Like 500 years or so. Like,
they recorded it on like a couple of rocks.
Who's the crusty old man that stole songs from like the Penguins and like all those Pat Boone?
Pat Boone, yeah, that's his name.
Can we get a heck Pat Boone
the first
in
thing
the
I
chat
was
right now?
The Crew Cuts, which
the
is also true but not correct.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit
they stole Earth Angel, right?
Yes,
yeah.
they did. And Shaboom.
Shaboom.
They stole Ooga Booga.
The Oogum Boogum song?
The
Oogum Boogum song. Shout out to the Oogum Boogum. Shout out to Claro for putting me onto the Oogum Boogum song.
Yeah.
Wait, really? That's how you found out about it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. That is. Was it just on her Instagram or?
She did I think it might have been on her video. She did like a quick little interview with Zane Lowe of Beats One where she talked about like 5 songs that have influenced her.
That was it.
She talked about that. I'm trying to think of what else.
She's great. She's great.
Oh, in her Nardwar, she talks
awesome.
About the song Earth to J, and I love that song now.
That's great.
And she turned me on to the Electric Cranberries.
Yeah, I remember that from the Zane Lowe interview.
The Electric
Or no, that was from Nardwar, wasn't
it?
Was
from Nardwar. Yeah, the Electric.
Any relation to the Cranberries?
No.
Oh, no?
I wish. That'd be cool.
They're not nearly as good as the regular Cranberries, but they're still fun.
They're interesting.
They're fun and they're interesting. And, oh my god, I almost forgot, from the Nardwar... Love Will Come Back Again by Calvin Johnson. That song is in like 6 different playlists I've made.
Really?
His voice is so deep and like warm and almost sultry. Like it's fantastic. But and
like
she
Gam's
said,
cooking.
Like Gam Gam.
Like Gam Gam. Not her cooking,
No,
just Gam
just
Gam.
like Gam Gam. But she said she used to play that song at every house show she played.
Yeah.
coming
That's
up, which
crazy.
Is so
That's
great because
super-
it's literally a country song. But she's fantastic.
Oh, we talked about that the other day. I think that'd be country music.
What about country music?
And how like country music is fake now,
Dive into
and
it.
and like there's so many there's
Yeah,
country music
it's
stars
cookie
out there.
cutter. Like,
It
No,
is.
there are country music stars out there that are country music, but the country like community, and when I say like country community, I'm talking about like I get stadium country. I think
Yes.
is what
stadium
I.
country.
And it's like I
Radio,
know it's kind of
pop
popular to like talk shit about it, but there's no
It
reason for it to
deserves-
be
yeah,
that bad.
we're
Shit
starting
talk.
beef right now.
Yeah, I'm fine with
I'm
that.
calling
I'll
out the
die on that
stadium.
rock.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll defend you.
Like-
they'll have to get through me first to
Me-
get to
me
you
too.
to kill you.
No, that shit is so whack.
Like Faye Webster is somebody who
she
I don't
is
know
a country star.
much
She
about, but I've like recently got into her, and it's crazy because it's country, but like the stadium country.
And before
people-
you keep going, Faye Webster, if you don't know, puts out beautiful R&B country music that I discovered and Jay also really
And,
loves
yeah,
and Skylar
put
as
off
well.
on
My
us.
favorite album of the year was Faye Webster, but
I mean-
keep going. That like country is terrible.
it just like they wouldn't accept her into that. Like
No.
they would say that's
No,
something
never.
different, and it's not like it's just
Yeah.
better than everything.
Well,
they're
it's
doing.
like old people saying Casey Musgraves isn't
Mhm.
country. She's country. Like
Maggie Rogers has so many country songs. Like she's not straight up country, but
Yeah.
she's definitely like as country as like Tom Petty ever was, which was very sometimes like that Americana sound.
that Heartland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like people don't recognize that in the scheme of country music, which it just is. And Yola is finally getting a lot of recognition.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Isn't
yes.
she-
I
a big
love
beautiful
Yola.
black woman from the United Kingdom
Yeah.
is singing country
isn't
music.
she a Grammy nominated?
Yes,
Yes, she is. I
That's
forgot about that.
awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
And
super.
As
dope.
is Maggie Rogers.
Yeah,
which I
which
don't
is
think
crazy.
she'll win, but I'm very happy.
That's so crazy.
I just love that Dan Auerbach is producing and working with Yola
Yeah.
in
Oh, I
Nashville.
don't-
Yola's band.
Yola
What? I didn't know
signed to
that.
Dan's label in Nashville,
Oh.
Easy Eye Sound.
Yes, and that label, his band, his house band, is all original Nashville session musicians.
Oh.
They're all like
Oh.
90-year-old
That's
white
Oh,
lit.
men.
yeah. Have you
That's
listened to
Yola cuts records with these crusty old white folk.
Have
Like,
you
Oh, I
listened
love
to
it.
Dan Auerbach's second solo album?
No, I haven't.
What's the name of that
Waiting
album?
on a
what-
Song?
I thought
Ooh,
so.
okay, I gotta
So
listen to
good.
that.
Waiting on
I
a Song
have
is
to.
so good,
It's
and
just so
it's
quaint.
his
When did
session
it come out?
musicians.
Like
Last year?
Last year? Oh yeah.
2 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago, at least.
I need to listen to that. I've been
It's
getting
very
like,
good.
way more into country music.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
like Hunter the other day was telling me a lot about Wilco.
Oh.
Yeah,
And I can't remember
we've
what that-
discussed Wilco extensively the past 2 days.
Wilco has been one of my favorite bands for maybe a year and a half, 2 years now. They're just so good.
and they are like, I mean they're very country, but they
Oh, yeah.
rock. They rock hard, bro. And that's like, what you said it the other day. It was like if it's good, it just can't be country. Like,
Yeah.
like stadium.
Those
country.
are the rules, apparently.
Yeah.
If it's good and doesn't follow the exact same, like, 3-chord formula that most country does, can't be country. If it has original
If it
country
doesn't
instrumentation,
Yeah,
like,
if it has,
if it has
pedal-
fiddle
if it
or
has
pedal
pedal
steel, like, or fucking banjo or mandolin, like, all of that shit is considered, like, bluegrass or just, like, not country anymore. Which is, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck else is it then? That's just, it's
Yeah.
dumb.
It's like
It's all country. music.
shitty, almost like has like an R&B beat kind of behind
Yeah.
it. That's like vaguely talking about drinking beer and looking like off the back of your truck. Like I don't even
It's
like
just
what
that-
even
that
is
is
that?
that's the formula. You're talking about a woman, you're talking about a truck, you're talking about a beer.
Like, and that's just
Yeah. Which, and that doesn't even equal...
You never talking about the White Claws either. It's beer.
it's the beer.
And just that subject matter doesn't have to be a bad song either, because every
No.
blues song is about trains, whiskey, and the devil, but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter.
But it's
Like,
interesting.
But it slaps. Like,
That sounds more interesting than
That is
trucks,
way more
beer,
interesting.
and
Yeah,
a
the
woman.
devil.
Yeah.
Just put the
The
devil.
devil, a train,
Like,
and
hey,
whiskey.
this like creature that has been mentioned like through many of avenues.
Hunter's starting beef with the devil.
why
right now.
is the devil such a prevalent theme in, like, especially
Right
Delta
now.
blues music? Like, Chicago blues as well, but, like, Depression era Delta musicians talked about the devil like they knew him. Like,
Well, I'm sure they saw him like every
they
day.
probably did, honestly. Especially like Blind
During
Willie
the Depression?
McTell. Blind Willie McTell was blind and black during the Great Depression. He knew the devil better than anyone. Like,
That's
so as bad as it gets.
That is so scary. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What if they're just running around with the devil? I mean, I feel like they were.
They probably were.
They definitely were.
After Robert Johnson allegedly sold his soul to the devil, he released over a period of years a trilogy of songs about the devil. The first one is called Me and the Devil Blues. The second one is Hellhound on My Trail, and the third one is Devil Knocked on My Door.
Well, that's the whole.
That's the
whole
scary.
thing about all of the lore of selling your soul to the devil is you only get so many years, and when that allotted time is up, he sends a hellhound after you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what catches you,
Hellhounds
and that's
on
what
my
kills you and drags you back to hell.
That
That's
is
scary.
insane.
And apparently Robert Johnson got away from that motherfucker because the devil had to come knock on his door.
Yeah,
the devil's knocking on your door.
then you
the
should hit
hellhound.
the
The hellhound lost scent.
Yeah.
Like the
for
devil's
sure.
normal method of getting you back didn't work. He had to.
that is
The
a
devil
bad
went to
man.
plan
Robert
B.
Johnson
He
invented
went
the
to plan
blues.
B.
He is literally the baddest man.
Like that's insane.
He was the first person to realize you could play two different notes that weren't chords on the guitar with your hand. No one else thought that you could do that until him. And he was like, I mean, this kind of just makes sense. I feel he had to sell his soul to find that out, which feels not right to me, but
I think it is worthy trade, I guess, at this point.
I'm tight with it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
We all kind of gained from it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say so.
That's pretty much all I know how to play.
Yeah,
Robert Johnson
imagine
songs,
trying to play the other way.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
That's crazy. It's nuts.
That's wild, man.
The guitar is forever a harmonic instrument. What if guitar solos never existed? That's essentially what that
What
would
if
be.
guitar never existed?
That's also crazy. A black man invented the guitar. Did you know that?
Really?
I didn't.
That's
I learned
really cool. I
that
didn't know that.
in Mr. Corn's class.
When? Not
During
when did
Black
you learn
History
that?
Month.
That's not what I meant. I meant when was the guitar invented?
It was the late 1800s, I want to say.
Yeah. Really?
Really? Yeah, I was going to say. I feel like that would have been invented before that. Well, the
guitar.
modern guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not just some piece
Not
of wood
like a
with
lyre,
strings
yeah.
attached.
Wasn't there a-
6-string standard tuning guitar.
Okay.
Wasn't there? Didn't a black guy invent the electric guitar too, as well?
Probably.
I want to
I'm
say
not sure
during
about
jazz, during a jazz class I took at the
That
school we
makes
go
sense.
to.
Almost an
we talked
Italian man
about
did that. Because I thought about the Ferrari.
Wasn't Les Paul Italian?
He sounds
I'm pretty
Italian.
sure an Italian car maker started making guitars. That's why I thought about
Okay.
that. I've heard that before.
I think that is right.
I'm also positive Les Paul is American, but I don't know where
He sounds Italian though.
He does sound Italian.
That's a pretty Italian.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was
Paul.
a jazz guitar player, which feels like an Italian profession. Also.
yeah. I mean, that's
Even though jazz is also from America, but
but
It is
whatever.
what it is.
yeah,
Whatever.
Who cares?
It's fluid.
It is fluid. The reason jazz exists is because people could not speak the same language to each other in Louisiana, so they played music instead. People were from so many different places, they literally couldn't talk, so they played music. And that's not a joke. It's ridiculous, but that's the truth.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I said that at baseball tryouts the other day, and everybody started saying it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
somebody
amazing.
somebody said something about LSU. I went, go Tigers. And then everybody,
love
we were
that
throwing and going down the line, and everybody was just like, go Tigers.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I love when people from America don't speak English.
And that's most of Louisiana, isn't it?
Yes.
Which
They,
is
they all
Cajun.
sound like frog people.
frog people.
Cartoon frogs. Every last one of them.
They croak on the beat.
They
Croak
do
on the
croak
beat.
on the beat.
I feel like Beck croaks on the beat.
Beck
Beck
does.
has
But
croaked
it's
on the
calculated.
beat.
It's a calculated croak.
It doesn't show up all the time, but when it does, it is calculated.
Yeah.
It's supposed
You like
to be
it.
there.
You like it, definitely.
Some of that feedback is so jarring. It's literally like dial-up.
I got two
turntables and a microphone.
It's like just screaming in your ears, and it's fantastic. Like no one had ever thought to do that before.
It works for what like it's like just throw everything out the window, maybe literally. But
if anyone else did it, it would be horrible. But for some reason, when he does it, you call it genius.
If it happened any other time,
if
if it would have happened 5-10 years before it did, people wouldn't have listened to it.
No, they would have burned that out.
Yeah, they would have rioted in the streets.
It never would have gotten mixed, honestly.
We're talking about Odelay, his album that came out in 1996.
Yes,
right? We
his
listened
debut,
to this,
or not debut, his sophomore album.
Yeah, we listened to this like 2 hours ago. That's why we're talking.
So
about
I don't even know. I've never known any song except "Loser" by Beck until today.
Skylar found out who Beck was for real today.
Like a couple hours ago.
We were sitting on Hunter's bed, and I asked Skylar, like, "Did your life change today?" And he said yes.
Yeah. Like it did. Beck is something special.
Man.
He's a madman. He is. He truly is.
He has never followed a single rule in his entire career.
It's insane to me. It's super awesome. I'm so glad that you pointed me in this direction.
I'm glad you like it. I told Jay and Skylar earlier, and I've said this to someone else before, that I think Odelay is more ambitious than Sgt. Pepper's, just because it tackles genres that didn't exist like previously, where white people really didn't like dabble in hip hop until Odelay was a thing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to call that hip hop because it's so many different things at once, but like it uses traditional hip hop elements in ways they had never been used.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the lyrics to that song are I got
two turntables and a
microphone.
microphone. Where it's at?
Like, and that's the whole point, is he's like I'm just throwing this together right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's such a cool
It
song.
bangs, yeah.
I can't believe I hadn't heard
It's an
that until
anthem.
today. Yeah, it really is.
It's telling you that's all you need.
Like, just get it done, really.
Pretty much. Like,
which is,
Beck does so much with way less than you think he has.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the progression of his albums, like, after we showed Skylar a little bit of his earlier stuff, Hunter played Deborah, which is like middle career, like somewhere in the middle, and then I played him Blue Moon off his...
which is like 2014.
His album from 2014.
Morning Things.
And like all of those sounds are so different.
Oh yeah,
but they're so good. Like even,
all of them are.
I didn't
good.
realize
all
the song
you
you showed me was from 2014.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
he's so talented.
SNL performance.
He could stay relevant. Like,
and the thing about Deborah is
that's
like
crazy.
Like that song, it's literally like the band he has. They're all like cold, just so cold.
Yeah.
But they're not like the arrangement. I mean, traditional soul band. It's like
Yeah.
a trombone and like two saxes, I want to say, a trombone, a sax, and a trumpet. I think. And then drums, bass, like two guitar players, backup vocalists, and then like two keys players.
Yeah.
Which is not like super unorthodox, but the song is done so creatively that it feels unlike anything you've ever heard, and it really is kind of just a Prince song.
Yeah.
But especially
it definitely is.
A lot of elements.
His approach in the lyricism, just the like, I met a girl at JCPenney, her name tag, I think it said Jenny, like, is so modern and quirky, even though the song is very much like, 80s ballad, but it's done so well. It's just all tasteful.
It's interesting that you bring up Prince, because it's almost like him and Prince went on a same journey, and they just picked different routes.
Absolutely.
Like
for sure.
Because a lot of like the building and stuff, I'm like, oh, well, this song is like Princey, like sounds like a Prince song, so I bet it goes to here. But it's like, oh no, it's gonna go here, which is just a smidge different than than Prince, which is really cool to see. Like to even do that takes a madman.
No, absolutely.
For sure.
For someone that looks and sounds like Beck to say I'm gonna be Prince for an album is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy
lunacy, and he did it without even hardly trying.
I mean, that's what it looked like.
It didn't look like,
except for when he passed out in the middle of that.
He can do whatever he sets his mind to.
Absolutely,
and there's no question about it.
He's never fallen short, not once. Like, Skylar asked me what albums to listen to, and I pulled up his discography, and I was like, every single one from the first one until his, like, third latest one, which was in 2014. I was like, listen to every single one. It was 9 albums that I told him to listen to when he got the chance. Because they are all equally as good for different reasons, which is just miraculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is crazy.
Yeah.
Do we do it?
I think we do it.
I'm scared.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
so-
scared.
So
Very scared. I'm on
we left the boiler room and went back home for Thanksgiving a week ago.
Oh, no.
And
We did.
me and Hunter spent the night with a couple of our boys from back home.
Yes, longtime boys.
And we found a movie at 3 a.m. This is
It
gonna
was
be
maybe later than that.
no, it definitely was. It was like 3:30.
Okay.
Oh,
This
I'm so
is going to be
scared.
very difficult to tell
It's a hard story to explain.
We are both still confused about the situation, but this movie was made it was put out in 1954, and it was
55.
called 55, and it was called The Kentuckian.
Oh, I'm scared.
that's
I'm
the end of
very
the movie,
scared.
is the
Okay.
Kentucky.
No, I'm still scared.
How are you scared?
I'm scared.
I
I'm
don't
really-
even know what's
I'm really
okay. What you guys don't know
I'm
is
really uncomfortable.
is that they've been telling me about this since we got back. They're like, "Hey, next recording, we're gonna tell you some shit that's crazy," and I'm like, "Well, you can't just tell me that. Like that's like
Sure
you
we
just gotta
can.
tell me." But you guys have waited until right now, and I'm freaking out a
Yeah.
little bit.
No, it's scary.
So we were watching this movie,
The Kentuckian.
The Kentuckian. Awful movie.
I don't even know
From
what
what
that
we
is.
saw,
like-
it was
it's like-
awful.
Frontier, westerny,
Kind of,
like
yeah.
think of like Gone with the Wind is like how it's shot. You know, like those style like
I got
like
it.
shots and
And,
everything.
yeah.
I got an image
He's
in my
wearing like the typical like mountain man jacket that's like suede with the
Yeah, yeah.
fringy kind of.
Yeah.
Little badass.
Yeah, that's the
sort
main
of.
character.
He should be.
He
He
looks
should
whack.
be.
He should
First
have
of all,
been.
he looks whack.
He's whack. as
Second
fuck.
of all, he's got a little version of himself. He's got a kid that's like a
Ooh.
junior
a little boy.
version of himself. I can't remember the character's name.
I'm scared.
But he's got a little kid. This little kid
A little
looks like a
blonde boy.
90-year-old man trapped inside of a 10-year-old's body.
Yeah.
I'm
He
scared.
His
looks
face screams
scary.
like I've been like suffering for 90 years.
That's what this little boy looked like. And I was like,
no.
this is...
That's crazy. What you're saying right now is crazy.
He looked like if a wax figure came to life of a little boy.
No.
We were watching
this
this
up at some point.
We were watching this movie. Oh, we'll get
We'll
into
show
it.
you.
We will
Oh,
get
no.
It's
into
worse.
it.
It
Oh.
gets worse.
We went down a rabbit hole.
This is just the beginning.
So I decided I wanted to look up the cast
Yeah.
and
See
figure
what
out
his
who that
name
little
is.
boy was. And they were all watching the movie, and I was on my phone. And it took me like 10 minutes to find an appropriate cast. Like most of the
There
things
were
about
not
this movie
credits for the movie.
Oh.
just
No.
white. It's like people didn't want this movie to exist.
It's like this movie is not okay for some
It's
reason
hard
now.
to find like evidence that this movie existed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm very
It was like
scared.
definitely covered up.
Remember how we watched Dude Bro Party Massacre 3 and it was like this at the beginning of the movie, it's like the only footage that has been like found of this this movie was recorded by a college student on a VCS
Yeah.
or a VHS at 4 a.m.
That's
on
what it
from
was
the
like.
that's
That's what
this
it
is
feels
what
like.
it feels like. Like
But
we
real
saw
life,
we're
like
the-
yes,
like,
like
we're
we
the only
saw
ones who have
something
ever
we
seen
weren't
this movie.
supposed to see.
Oh,
But I
no.
look it up.
This is a ghost movie. I
I'm
feel like.
scared.
Yes, and I
What was
finally
the movie scary?
No,
No,
the
no,
movie
the-
was
the
dumb.
movie
was
the
just
movie
bad.
was so bad. It
Okay.
was just terrible spaghetti western.
Yeah. And so after like 10-15 minutes of browsing, I find that the I find out the name of the little boy in the movie so I can find the name of the actor.
Can I tell him his name?
Go for it.
His name is Donald MacDonald. The little boy's name is Donald MacDonald. This terrifying little boy. His God-given name is Donald MacDonald.
Yeah, not Mick. MacDonald.
Donald MacDonald.
Who named him?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not
That's-
convinced anyone named him. Like, I'm not sure
He
he...
named himself.
yeah, like...
Well, here, no.
We'll get to it.
This,
I don't know
this,
he exists.
So that's the beginning of me finding the rabbit hole, and we're about to tumble down it.
Yeah,
I'm
this is gonna get worse
So-
fast.
I find Donald McDonald, and I'm looking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know.
You're just saying it like it's
Well, we've already
We've
been through
been
this.
exactly where you are right now.
I know his name is Donald McDonald, and I don't like it either. I don't like it either.
That's the worst fucking
It's
name.
the worst name ever.
That's the worst name.
He looks like he could never have had any other name. He was
No,
definitely
he-
born to be a Donald
Yes,
McDonald.
that is a fact. But so I'm trying to find more about this guy. I go to his IMDb page. There's not a picture, not a profile picture. It just says Donald McDonald, no movies that he's been cast in. There's no
Oh,
information.
not even
no information.
We found him from the Kentuckian on that website, and he's not credited for being in the Kentuckian when you go to his page.
That's scary.
So, like, what?
I don't even know where to go from this. So
wait.
I was like...
Talk about when he was born.
I was going to say. Well, I don't remember which one I found first.
It was the one that
there's
said...
conflicting
The first one Jay found said... So, remember...
Was it the one that was 18...
Yes.
Okay.
The Kentuckian came out in 1955. The first thing that Jay found about Donald MacDonald
this is why
said that he was born in 1898, which would have made him in his 60s in 1955 when the movie came out.
I'm tripping.
He was like 10 in the movie.
He was like 10 years old.
But
allegedly he was born in
there is no doubt that he was a 10-year-old, but he looked awful. He looked like
he
a
was
scary
definitely
person.
10. He just looked like really weird.
So,
but no, like the first report said that the man who was 10 in 1955 was born in 1898.
And so here we started brainstorming that, and I was like, I pitched the idea. I was like, was the movie Technicolored? Like, was it shot and filmed in black and white?
Thought.
Yeah.
And then turned into Technicolor?
No.
And then I went on to read about the man that was born in 1898, and it said his acting career spanned from 1911 to like 1920.
Yeah.
Movies didn't have sound then.
No.
So the Kentuckian was not Technicolor. It was shot in 1950s. And so then we find a second account. We find a second Donald MacDonald.
This we thought we weren't sure because this Donald MacDonald lined more up with the timeline where he was born, where he might have been like 10.
He was born in like 1937.
Yeah, where like he could have been. But this Donald MacDonald was credited with co-producing Caddyshack and like Animal House and a bunch of other National Lampoon comedies.
What?
So that would have meant that the Donald MacDonald that was the crusty little boy in the Kentuckian was also famous for producing some of the best comedies that have ever been made.
And this man died in 2014.
Yeah.
So there's two Donald MacDonalds. One was born in 1898. Well, yeah. We're still not sure. We think there could be a third Donald MacDonald.
There was definitely a third Donald MacDonald.
Yeah, somewhere along the timeline, we stumbled upon a third Donald MacDonald.
Max rediscovered like a third, like, birth and death date for another Donald MacDonald with different credits, but of the different credits, one of them matched up with the one that had co-produced.
Yes, no,
Caddyshack.
the one
What?
It's
Okay,
so
hold
hard
up,
to talk about this.
Okay, like, I feel like some shit's going down. I feel like that's some like
what we're saying.
like dirty Hollywood like
We think
like Jeffrey Epstein.
He's either a ghost
shit.
or a time traveler.
Oh, bro, I'm tripping out. I'm fixing to leave.
I'm
smooth.
Show him a picture of Donald MacDonald.
I'm fixing to freak
Did you
out.
put stuff in your notes about this?
Saturday night at 4:20 a.m. I typed the ghost of Donald MacDonald came to me one night into my notes.
Okay. So
are you okay?
Hold on. We were not okay that night. So we talked about this for more than 30 minutes. Hunter's crying.
Hunter is literally crying.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Skylar had to get up right now.
I'm standing. Okay. I'm gonna sit back down.
Yeah.
So we talked about this 30 to 45 minutes. It's past 4 in the morning, and we're like, we need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And we all get quiet for a second. I look at Garrett and I said, I'm scared.
I was downstairs like brushing my teeth and I heard him say that and then start talking about it. I was going to go to bed, went back upstairs and sat on the floor in the dark and we all talked about how scared we were for like another
Garrett,
hour.
I said I was scared. Garrett was like, I am too. Like I feel like he's going to get us tonight. Like we discovered something that was not supposed to be found.
Yeah.
Well, so why are you guys telling me? This sounds like
we're telling the whole world, baby.
Donald
MacDonald. No, but that is how we felt that night. We were like,
I feel like I'm not going to sleep tonight.
We found something that
we were all sitting in the dark at like 4-5 in the morning. Like the sun started to come up when we were talking about it. And I was like, I don't feel safe. Like I don't feel okay to go alone to my bed and go to sleep. And I was just being serious.
As I fell asleep,
so
I was in the fetal position on a couch. There was 3 big men sleeping on one couch. And so I was in the fetal position, and I was staring at the hallway that leads down to the rest of your house. And it was just dark. And I was like, Donald MacDonald is standing in the shadows right now.
Yeah.
Staring at me. and he's planning how he's gonna get rid of me.
I don't like ghosts. I don't fuck with.
I don't
ghosts.
like any of it. I don't
like
anything
ghosts. I
about
don't like
any of it.
demons. I like all that.
So what do you make sense of that for me? What do you think any of that fucking means?
Yup. Do we have time for me to tell a wild
Ken.
fucking story right now?
First, can I show you the picture of Donald
I'm
McDonald?
scared.
yeah.
I'm scared a
No,
little bit.
look at him.
Oh,
You need a color photo.
I'm
Can you find
scared.
one?
I'm scared.
Oh, this is him later in life.
What?
This is a photo that we've never seen before.
That's terrifying.
That,
shit.
that is like that's
Holy
high,
fuck,
that's
so scary.
that's middle
Holy
school
fuck.
era Donald
Show
McDonald.
him that. Show him that. That's
hold on,
older than
I'm
what we
saving.
saw.
I'm saving that image.
Yeah, show
You're
him.
gonna put that on your phone? I feel like that's a cursed image.
I'm
but
putting
I
it on the
actually-
podcast. I think.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Why can I not save this? We're having issues.
Oh, what if,
fuck.
dude? What if there's like a
We'll worry about it
devil?
later.
Devil's.
That's him older. Let me
That's
find
him
a,
like
a picture
like
of him.
That's like a few
That's-
years after the
That's
Kentucky.
scary. That looks like not a human.
No. Oh, is that? Yeah, that's from the movie. We watched that scene.
What?
You know what I mean?
No, that's
Like,
scary.
you hear
That's
what I'm
so
saying?
scary. That's so scary.
He looks like if a little boy had been alive for 170 years.
We joke
looks like
all the
not a
time
human.
about somebody looking like Elmer Fudd's cousin
He
because
looks
that's
like
a
Elmer
that's a
Fudd's
line from
cousin.
a Brockhampton song, but he legitimately looks like Elmer Fudd's cousin.
Yeah,
He
does.
looks okay. No, you know what he looks like, which is this is gonna. I feel like maybe even trip you out more. Have you seen like the new robots they have with like skin on, and they're
Yeah.
like hyper realistic?
Ooh.
That's what he looks like.
A
Dude.
time traveler from today went back in time, placed the android of Donald McDonald, then
Oh, I'm tripping.
he made the Kentuckian, went back in time, got Donald McDonald, brought him back, and there's no documentation of him from the Kentuckian until now. That's what happened. That's my theory. That's a game theory. What is
That's
this?
just
I
a-
want. How long is the story?
Actually,
you can be. Do you want to
I'll
save it?
I'll tell this story on another podcast
Ooh,
because it'll fit.
You're gonna
somewhere.
leave
yeah.
him.
That's
Him
called
hanging.
a cliffhanger or something.
I
something
think.
of that
Yeah,
nature.
yeah. We gotta end on a mysterious note every time.
Mysterious.
Keep people
Well,
It's
interested.
just
we-
like if
we
they
just-
never come back, they're just
I
like.
think we should end every episode with that jazz chord that I play that sounds like a spy.
I think this is the last podcast.
Yeah, no.
After we
definitely.
talk about Ronald McDonald, dude, I'm
Donald.
scared. Donald.
if
Whatever.
we never make another video, if y'all never hear of the Sugar Pill Boys again, it's because Donald McDonald got us.
What if
No.
we say Donald McDonald a couple more times and we hear your door open out there? Like
Why
just
would
the
you say?
apartment
What if the
door
light?
open.
What if the
What if-
electricity
what-
came back
oh,
on?
fuck.
Oh!
Oh,
Our power has been out in our living room and kitchen for over a week now.
just end the podcast. Just cut it off.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep talking.